Hello, everybody. Welcome to Movement for Movement with Anne Gates, or built by Anne Gates in this sense. Anne is unfortunately ill, so she's not available, so she can't make it. Although maybe she can watch it afterwards, and I would just say, let's make her proud by using all the material that she provided to us. So I'm really glad that you're back here again on day 2 of the challenge of Anne Gates. So yesterday, on Wednesday, we started with the challenge. So we provided a little bit of information concerning all the movement for movement resources. And today we move a little bit forward. Just to share a little bit what was the idea of yesterday, I think it might be nice that we can move a little bit back to what was the challenge that she put yesterday, so then we can see what's actually there. Yesterday, the challenge was review the resources plenaries P1 to P4 in a slideshow mode only. Consider how you could your group add value to the resources by demonstrating implementation of knowledge and skills by his quiz, and identify an area of change agency for physical activity that you could lead on. If these were the questions, I'm actually wondering, how did you do it? Did you emerge with it? Did you start trying something? Can some of you tell me something about what you have done yesterday or how you perceived it? I know, tricky question. So that means that some of you have been engaged with the material. So it would be great if one of you dares to speak out a little bit about have you engaged with the material? Have you not? Was it easy? Was it complicated? So what were the questions? Anyone?
Well, we try to. We try to search for the PowerPoint and read all the, not all, because it was a lot, but read well, the interesting stuff. And we thought of an idea, maybe from how we could make people move, inclusive ourselves. So,
can you tell a little bit more about it? Because now I'm curious. So you identified something?
Well, we thought we all like to act crazy sometimes, let all the energy go out. And we found Just Dance. And it's pretty easy to meedoen?
To join?
To join and interact with your friends.
Yeah.
It can also be on distance. But when you search Just Dance, some pictures are moving and you copy all the movements. And so you are moving.
So it was a kind of, I hear Carlijn in the background saying it was movement for movement. So you went, if I just recapitulate, so you went to all the resources, which was quite a lot, what you say, and then you did a quiz, and then you start to see how can you implement them, and then you think, well, let's identify an area of change for physical activity that you can lead on. What I hear from you is that you say you all like to move and do crazy things, different things, express yourself in a physical manner. And then you thought, well, let's have something like a Just Dance. And you moved from you took the video game out of the video game, you put it into YouTube and you played something. Can some of you share your screen and just show what you actually mean? Because I think that would be easier than just to talk about. Because then we have an
we can do that, but everyone has to dance as well then.
If we take a tiny little bit of time, Carlijn, we will do. Yes.
I can see what I can find.
Yeah, let's see. Because then it starts to make sense from how a small example. In the meantime, as Carlijn is searching, Danique or Bernie or Daphne, can you explain a little bit what were your ideas with Just Dance? What were the easy things of the difficulties?
Well, I think it needs to be fun for people to participate and to join. And it doesn't have to be really serious to be effective. And I think when it's fun, more people are can enjoy it. Yeah, I can enjoy it, and it only takes about 5 minutes per dance. So it only takes a short amount of time, so you can do it between classes or between when you just need a break, you can stand up and do a short dance.
This is really good. I'm going back to you afterwards concerning the ideas that you have, or how it connects with the evidence or with the information that and provided in Movement for Movement resources. But first, can you show Carlijn? The floor is yours.
Well, this is just a song, and yeah, I think everyone knows what Just Dance is, so you just copy what the man is doing. Oh.
Some other one of you have now to use the sound because we can't hear the sound of the computer. So now, can somebody else open the computer?
Such a man in Russia long ago. He was big and strong, in his eyes a flaming glow. Like a demon with terror and fear. To Moscow cheeks, he was such a lovely dear. He preached the Bible like a preacher, full of ecstasy and fire. But he also was the kind of teacher being there desire. Lover of the Russian queen. There was a cat that really was gone. Rasputin, Russia's famous love machine. It was a shame how he married
Well,
Really wonderful.
We can go on for 5 more minutes, but I think
I definitely think you made your point. Well, I think that first of all, by having this small incentive that you just put it in, and it directly creates an atmosphere of movement. So that's really helpful. But now I was just wondering, if you look upon it, you went through the course. Can you tell something? Some of you tell something why it connected with the course in this case.
Well, everybody can participate. You can do it in your chair and move only your arms. You don't have to be good in dancing. You just have fun and move.
Great. And can you have some particular points where it fits in with the program of Movement for Movement? Wait, what I see, this is interesting. So what you now say is that intuitively you understand from, okay, here's the connection. And now it might be quite nice to actually see where is now the connection, because we've been provided with a lot of evidence. So if we look upon the evidence and we look upon our idea, there must be a match. But where can we find the match? So if we can now establish the match based on the evidence, we are on the next level. So it's not only just doing it, but then we understand, oh, and this is why. So then we also can fine tune even a little bit more. So I really like this idea.
We can
please.
something that the uniqueness from the person to now.
Yeah. So does this really
Dat iedereen zeg maar mee kan doen.
everybody? So you provided something that although people can be unique, you also think that everybody can join. Carlijn?
I think everyone can participate, and you don't have to be good in dancing. So if you do it at the Wii, they have this remote which sees your movements and you get a perfect, and you want to be at a certain level, but because you do not have the Wii remote, you don't have the competition in being the first player. So everyone can actually join in.
Oh, this is really nice. So I don't know if you have heard this morning very early that we had a conversation with Salek Ahmed and Simon Rosenbaum about the necessity of physical activity for mental and physical health in the context of displacements with refugee populations in Bangladesh.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things what came there is that sports is not so much a competition. Sometimes also sports is a social endeavor in which you do something together. And actually, that's what I hear from you right now, is that you say you have the uniqueness of a person, but also you bring it on to the bigger societal environment, and you start doing it together, because the togetherness is something which is of great value. And this kind of in a way of error friendliness. So it's not about being perfect, it's about joyful and get into motion. So that's also quite interesting. Yeah.
If I can add something maybe. I just saw something about, and I already knew that, but it's also in one of Anne's plenary slides, that medical students, 1 in 4 medical students screen positive for depression. And what I just saw when the song was playing and when everybody was dancing and movement, everybody was laughing and everybody was feeling good, I think. So maybe it can also be for that part of the medical side, not just the moving in itself, the physical activity in itself, but also the just the feeling good part of it.
Yeah, so it's really the mental connected to, so it's not like body and mind division, it's you connected together. So it's this feeling, this movement also recreates the mental state, and that we really have come to the next level.
Yeah, and if you're doing something you like, then it's easier, I think, to feel good when doing the exercise. For example, when I start running, it's good for the physical activity side, but I don't like running. So if I can do something I do like, and dancing is one of them, and I can see for more people it's something they like, I think that's a bonus.
Okay, so sorry.
I don't remember who said it, but if you spend if you run a lot, you get a longer life expectancy. But those years you add are actually the ones you run. So you don't really, you live longer, but you better like running.
Yes, I think this is a great saying. It is most important that you do something that you like. So the likenesses of the activity, and I think it comes from Ben from yesterday, but I'm not sure. Yeah. But I think this is so important to move into it, so that we do something that we really like instead of prescribing something that we don't like, because it's most important that you act and to enjoy. And I think that this one was a great example.
Yeah, because when we prescribe something for patients, the exercise they have to do, we try to make them fun, or at least we find something in their area of expertise. So why not do it within our own health, and try to do something fun instead of we have to do it because it's better for ourselves. But yeah, combine it with something fun.
So that makes also that the therapeutic part as next to being a physiotherapist or an occupational therapist or a nutritionist, you're also healthcare professionals in a broader sense. So we have to think about how can we make every contact count. So every time that you see some people, help them to create something that they love, and especially in moving or in physical activity, because the value is so huge. You have so much extra to bring it on. If I just may ask, because we have an exercise physiologist amidst us, so maybe she can have some nice comments as well. Sam?
So if we take into account what Siem just said, the excuse, if that's something we can explore to other forms of physical activity, not just the running, then the excuse of I don't have time for exercising isn't an excuse anymore. So maybe put that into action.
Yeah, so it also goes the other way around. So there's no excuse. You have to have this. You need to have this time. Yeah, make the fun out of it, so it's part of your daily life. So enjoy what you do instead of do what. So it's not only do what you enjoy what you do, and if this coming back, you bring. Is that what you mean, Sam?
Yeah, both of the things, and of course, if you do the things you like, you are doing something good for your own body and mind, but you're also doing something without that really costs you time. You have something of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Great. If we look upon this, so now we move. So it's so Sam actually brought us more into behavioral change, and if we go to the idea of the challenge for today, for the next level, as Anne provided us with a lot of guidance in here. So for day 2, the challenge will be, what change agency of leadership methodology would you use? You can use plenaries P3 and P4. What's your plan and outputs, and how will you know you've been effective as change agents? So if we look upon it right now, for example, in the example what you just thought, choose. So you choose Just Dance. So that was the identifying area of change agency for physical activity that you can lead on. And that might be, for example, in your own group or in your social environment of your class or group of people, your household or whatever. So now it would be nice to say, what kind of leadership methodology would you use and what was your plan and output? So how do you think it will become sustainable? I would like to ask it if you can underpin it a little bit. So tomorrow we can talk about what strength and shared knowledge and skills can you identify, so we can move back in day 1 and day 2, and that you can probably present the project to the cohort of peers. And for you, that means right here, right now. And for those who are on YouTube, they present it in their own peer group. So if everybody just presented in their own peer group, and with this group, we will present it here tomorrow. Will that be okay? So that you know you have chosen your subject, then you go back into the subject and you use P3, P4. What kind of change agent methodology would you use to implement it? And that we have tomorrow, we have a kind of a plan, maybe an infographic or something short. Would that be doable? And provided within the, I will make sure that you can download. There's a template. It's on the link on Dropbox. There's a template what you can use how to prescribe it, so that we can try to use the evidence which is provided in the plenaries 1 to 4. So that will be the challenge. So now we have an idea. We worked it out and we did it today. Yes, you did it yesterday. You did it today. We did it today. But how can we think about continuation? So how can we make it more sustainable? So that we really change into action. That would be really great. So can we think of a plan? Would that be doable? Do you accept the challenge? Yeah, thumbs up if you accept the challenge. Yes. Daphne, Carlijn, Danique, Bernie, do you accept the challenge as well or not? Because otherwise, yes? Okay. We accept the challenge? Great. Then I would say, let's call it a day, unless you have some questions. And then we go on to see you tomorrow.
And remember, when you're working on this, try to do something what is fun for you as well.
So keep
The
it in
most-
mind.
The most
Yes.
important part of physical activity.
Fun. So the fun factor of physical activity has to be involved. I wish you all the best, and we're looking forward to the results. All of you who tomorrow would like to present it here on the Inner Circle, please let us know. Just send me an email or go to the website of Interdays at WordPress. Then you'll find the link Intercircle. If you have there a survey, you just put in your name and the session you want to go in, and we will make sure that you will be in here tomorrow with us and you can present your idea. Looking forward to it.
I do
Yes,
have a
Carlijn.
question still.
Yes,
We were
Carlijn.
discussing also the Just Dance thing, and we were wondering whether it's more important, or important's not the right word, but should we make a sort of competition from it, or should we just leave the competition part out of it and see how we can get people to dance? Because if we make a competition of it, maybe then the fun part goes away for some people, but we don't really know another way of how we then get everyone to step in.
I think that you just posted a very nice question, because then you say, the first thing that you say is that you making it a competition is a methodology of change agency. So this is just one way. So it would be very nice to go into it if you can find different methodologies next to competition to attract people into it.
Okay.
The one thing that I would give as a tiny bit of an example is at least go to TEDx. There's a small video which is called How to Start a Movement on TEDx. Yeah, TEDx, How to Start a Movement. I think on YouTube, I think that definitely might help you.
Okay,
Also.
thank you.
Yeah?
Yes.
Any more questions? I don't see any questions also in the YouTube chat. Okay, then thank you very much, and then we will see each other tomorrow again. Looking forward.